Well, welcome back to Winton Wetlands. Quite exciting for me. I've managed to get away from my work and have an adventure up here, continuing my studying of the yellow-footed Antechinus. I have the nesting site, the communal nesting site, where I had Hayley and Mrs. Gray, two females I followed last year and a little bit at the start of this year, right in front of me. There's signs, lots of signs, that there's a communal nest in there. So hopefully those two are still here, and some others. Get to know them, see whether they got any individual markings like Hayley and Mrs. Gray have, to be able to identify them and continue following as many of these females as I can. I know that there's one down the bottom of the hill that had a female there. She's quite big, a bit bigger than the others, and she also has distinctive ear shape that helps me to identify her. So I'll catch up with her later on in the day as this beautiful sun that's starting to come out now. I didn't think it was today, but it looks like we're going to get a little bit here and there. Yeah, as that comes around towards the afternoon, it'll be good to be able to go down there with that type of light further bottom of the hill. I have the flash on the camera at the minute just to help out. Very, very low power though, because we don't want it as the main light source in these grey and overcast conditions. We just want it as a little bit of fill to help with the pop of the image. So if I didn't use the flash, we're going to have to go into DxO with get rid of a lot of noise, and also go into Photoshop and try and raise the colour and everything to make it pop. But why not use the best tool in your backpack, the flash, to do that for us? So yeah, never use it as the main light source for photographing wildlife, because you can see that a flash has been used. It's just not as appealing. But using a little bit is really good. I've been welcomed this morning back here with the birds coming down and chatting to me. Had the whistling kites flying just around here. They're continuously going back to a tree down the bottom of the hill above the water. Later on in my afternoon session, I have a toy to play with. I'll be experimenting a bit more with that. That's for another day though. But yeah, I'd love to get them, film them with my new contraption. Yeah. That'd be great. We'll get lots of footage of as much of bird life and everything around me as I can, but concentrating. Oh, that sun is beautiful. It's awesome. It's nice and warm. My hands are freezing. Yeah, I'm waffling on far too much now. Yeah, very excited to be back where I love to be, out in nature, studying Antechinus. That's what we're here for, so let's get on with it. Haven't seen any just yet. It's 9:15, and I've been here for an hour or more, and I haven't seen anything. Well, it's late in the afternoon, and as I always do at this time of day, I come down to the bottom of the hill. The sun sets just over here, so we get really good light coming back onto quite a few females that live in this area. Where the camera is pointing at is a small hollow tree where there's 3 females live that I know of, and this tree just here, about 4 metres away from me, there's 1 or 2 females that were living in there the last time I was here, and 15 metres away further up there's another lot of 3 females. Now I need a nesting box to confirm how many actually live will come together in a communal nesting site. That takes a couple of years to see consistent numbers coming and going. but all I'm seeing is small numbers. So it's all yet to be confirmed. I have to ask permission to have some nesting boxes. I need trail cameras in there 24/7 to give me all that information, and I need ones that have solar battery chargers on, or solar panels, that'll go long term for me, because I mightn't be back for 2 or 3 months, you know. Full-time working make it really tough. This morning, unfortunately, I only saw one yellow-footed female getting around. She come up a tree, went down it, then disappeared. That's all I saw of her. So I couldn't identify who it was, whether it was a young female or an older female, a little bit of a distance away from me. But what happens when you first turn up to a site, it takes a little while for you to get your eyes adjusted into this different environments. It took me 3 hours driving up here. That's normal, it's pretty quick. And yeah, I have to be able to settle myself down. So I got up here, as I always do, on daybreak. So yeah, you just need some time to settle into nature and disappear into it. So hopefully in the morning I'll have my eyes and everything really adjusted, and I'll be able to tune in and see a lot more. And hopefully that's the case now, that my eyes are tuned in a lot better. Been here for, quite a few hours now, and that they're sharp enough that I see things going on. Now at my campsite, not far away from my car, there's some raptors building a nest. I'm not quite sure what the name of the bird is at the minute, and as I have stopped naming birds on my YouTube channel because I've got it wrong a few times, yeah, I'm not going to say anything. But anyway, tomorrow hopefully I can get some good footage of them, because when I saw them bringing twigs in to build the nest, by the time I got my gear all organised and got down there, they stopped. They've been flying over here. I just took a couple of photographs as they went over, but I don't know what they're like. I haven't looked at them yet. Yeah, so they're just going up and down the waterway here. I'm 80 metres away from my campsite, but hoping that I can get to know that large female that I saw the last time I was here. Yeah, love to be able to name her. Get to know her character and move on. Now I have some people coming down, so I'm going to have to shut up now, and you can see them in the background, can't you? So yeah, some other photographers. So anyway, that's all, and I'll catch you later on. It's always fantastic if you can finish the day off with a fire, especially after today. Man, that wind was strong at times, and it was also really icy. Now we're just getting a little bit of a breeze every now and then. The camera's getting covered in smoke now. But yeah, as soon as the sun went down, the wind stopped, and we're just getting that little breeze. Certainly is helping me to warm up and get the chill out of my bones. I managed to get a little bit of footage of a young yellow-footed Antechinus going about its business looking for insects to eat. Didn't come up really close to me, so I couldn't photograph it, but we got some nice footage anyway. and it was nice to see a yellow-footed Antechinus. Now the female that I was hoping to see didn't come out of her nesting hollow, or there's a possibility that she may have vacated there and moved to somewhere else. But maybe tomorrow I might be able to, catch up with her, see her. That'd be fantastic. As I've already said a couple of times, it'd be really nice to get to know her a little bit so we can give her a name. And it'd be nice to be able to follow her for quite some time as well, if we can. Bringing up her young would be awesome. Tomorrow is supposed to be foggy in the morning and potentially some frost, because it's going to be clear skies, I think, for most of the night, or all night. The moon's not up yet, so it's actually pitch black out there. Really dark. But just fantastic. I can hear an owl in the background. Well, good morning. It's another beautiful day in paradise, although we've got thin, high cloud. It's supposed to be clear this morning, but obviously weatherman's got it wrong. It is now going to be fairly clear from 10 o'clock up until about 1 o'clock, and then another lot of clouds rolling, supposedly. Hopefully that is the case, but at the minute, yeah, it's a bit darkish. And my friend Brian's turned up. He's wandering around the other side of the hill here. He was telling me he's seen a lot of yellow-footed Antechinus over there. So he's going to see whether he sees them or not, and then come back and tell me. But for me, I'm stuck here. I have to know what's going on. So as a naturalist, that's what happens to us. We can't just go wandering off around the place. If you want to know what's going on in a certain area, you've got to sit, watch and observe. And eventually things will happen. You just need to confirm, is this nesting site that was a communal nesting site last year still active? It looks like it from the evidence I've seen inside it. Lots of poo and new material in there. Yesterday didn't see any activity, but this morning we might. Had that female going around the base of the trees over there searching for insects yesterday morning. Haven't seen her just yet. I haven't been here that long. So hopefully we can see her and follow her, just visually follow her and see whether she goes into a certain hollow tree that'll tell me where a communal nesting site is. I think I'm going to shut up now and just get into it. Well, it's late in the afternoon. I'm back at the bottom of the hill, but I didn't start my afternoon adventure here. I went to the top of the hill first. After having a conversation with my friend Brian this morning, he was telling me that he doesn't see yellow-footed Antechinus in the morning at the minute. He's only been seeing them in the afternoon. So I took his theory and started my afternoon adventure up the top of the hill there. And I can confirm that the nesting site that Hayley and Mrs. Gray used last year is in fact in use. As soon as I started to walk up, I could see them in the distance out at the entrance of that log. So that's great. Confirmed at the top of the hill. They are nesting in there. There are a couple of young females using it, and there was lots of others coming out of the hollows around me as well. So that's great. We've confirmed that they are up there. That'll be good for me coming back when breeding season's about to start, to have another catch up hopefully, and maybe even see some mating. That would be awesome, but also a very rare event. Anyway, I'm hoping that I can confirm that this nesting site is being used and that that big female is still here. I'm surrounded by other photographers. It's Saturday, so yeah, they're all out and about. The light has been terrible, as you can see now. It's still quite overcast. Sun comes out for a couple of seconds, goes back in. But I got some beautiful footage of those young Antechinus up there. Now, it's not Hayley and Mrs. Gray that are living in that communal nesting site. It's their offspring. A couple of young females. Well, good morning. It's another beautiful day in paradise. Heavily overcast. It ain't that great, but it's always fantastic to be here out in nature. So I've decided to stay for another day. Don't really know why. There's possibly not going to be any sun coming out today at all. But yeah, I just want to be here a little bit longer. I'm going for a big wander today. Campsite's well behind me there. And I'm just going to have a bit of fun, just wandering around for a change. I'm not going to worry about the Antechinus this morning, because they're not coming out anyway. I'll concentrate on that later on. But it's more about photographing today, having a bit of fun. Not work, fun. What we're after. So this is the part that was completely flooded up until March, and now the water's starting to recede a bit. I want to see whether I can get right across to the road on the other side. Fingers crossed I can. It's saved me a hell of a lot of time if I have to walk all the way around. Now I want to see whether I can get those flame robins that have been hanging around that everyone's showing me photographs of. Wouldn't mind one myself. Anyway, enough waffling, and get into it, and yeah, catch you later on. It's late in the afternoon. I'm at the top of the hill and I've had no action from the yellowfoots except for one going down the bottom here, running around, not coming up close. A communal nest, not a sign of life. Part of that problem, I think, has been the noise that was here. There was a group of 30 odd people who were bird watchers. They had lunch and about, 20 metres away from me. Then they started walking all around me, not going off and being polite to me. They knew that I was here. One of them asked me what I was doing. Told them I was studying the yellow-footed Antechinus, but they didn't keep away from me. They just crowded all the way around here. Miles of paddocks, and they had to go here. So I think it's frightened them from coming out. So now it's quiet as, bro. Dead silent. Maybe they might come out, I don't know. But anyway, we'll just sit and wait, as we always do. Sun's gone behind the clouds. It's been like that for most of the day. Just had a nice bit while those people were all talking and carrying on, but now it's gone. But yeah, alright, I better shut up myself and concentrate. What an up and down adventure I have had at Winton Wetlands this time round. Day 1 didn't get a lot. Day 2 got heaps of stuff. Day 3 very little at all. But as always, it's been amazing to get out into nature and just enjoying every moment of it. Every time I come up here, I always learn something new. A little bit more about the yellow-footed Antechinus, about the time of year, how much they spend out in the daytime, all those sort of things. I didn't get to catch up with some of the females that I've been following for the past year, but that's just the way it goes anyway. I've met some other photographers while I'm up here, caught up with Brian and had a bit of a chat and a cup of tea with him. And hopefully we can catch up again next time I'm up. But I think we'll finish up this video right here and now, and we look forward to coming back next time. Now if you'd like to subscribe to my channel and get more of this amazing stuff, click on my pretty little face just down there in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Hit the little bell, you'll get notification whenever I do anything else. And if you want to go and have a look at all the other mad and crazy things I've been doing in the past, click on my icon right here at the end of this video. Take it to my channel. I talk about photography and filming in the forest and open forest environments, birds in flight and tons of stuff like that. Whenever I go on adventures, I always take you with me. And when I buy cameras and camera accessories, I do reviews on them and give you my honest opinion on them. So go and have a browse. There'll be something there of interest to you, I am sure. Now just remember, if you don't do, you don't get. So get out there and start photographing, filming wildlife. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.